Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we are.
Here we are, rainy East Greenwich again.
Ugh,
It's bad.
God.
Yeah.
Last week we were like, what was it, like 90. 95 degrees out?
It was.
And so there was summer.
Yeah.
2
gone,
days.
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's been cool.
I know.
Cloudy.
And rainy.
Rainy.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I think it kept the gypsy moths away from my property this year.
Oh,
Anyway,
really?
I'm very happy about that. Yeah. Last year it was my
last year was
trees,
bad.
plants, everything just
Your pool?
decimated. Pool was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Took a long time for that.
It's making the flowers look really pretty, though.
Yeah.
All this rain.
Everything's green.
I drove through when I was coming out of my neighborhood, all the rhododendrons are blooming. I don't really like rhododendrons. But
You don't? Oh, that's right.
no.
You ripped all yours out
I did.
several years ago.
I did.
Yeah, and I
But
like
it
them.
looks nice on other people's
Yeah,
property.
they are native. Certain colors are native
Mhm.
to Rhode Island. The fuchsia colors, I think.
Oh, really?
I believe.
Hmm.
I think so. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, they look pretty.
Yeah,
But
yeah, they're pretty. Excuse me. I got to move over. There we go.
Yeah,
Closer.
So it's just the two of us
Just
today.
the two of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gail's leaving today on a jet plane.
Her on a jet. She is. Yes. God willing.
Yep.
Yes.
And
With the whole family.
the whole kit and caboodle are
Yeah.
heading over to
Italy. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they all have
Outside
a
of
good
Rome.
time.
Yeah, yeah. The blankets, the infamous blankets. They're all going to be on somebody's lap. I
Yep.
hope.
Yep, we heard that went over well.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy with their blankets.
Right,
and
but
as we predicted, they were fighting over the colors.
They were. It's my understanding that they thought the purpose was to take the blanket and give it to somebody in Italy. But once they found,
Gail was like, no.
No. These are yours to keep. And then once they figured that out, then they were fighting over
the colors.
Yeah, over the colors. And they were, honestly, they were all beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the pile, too bad we don't have a picture of that, but just the
I
pile
know.
of all the blankets, really nice.
People can imagine.
Right. It was quite an accomplishment.
It was, to get it all done.
Yeah, a crocheting marathon.
It was.
Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Crochet-a-thon.
A crochet-a-thon. Yeah.
So it's been, like 3 weeks?
Yeah. And we did start out the morning, though, not to make Gail jealous or anything.
Well, she wouldn't have had any anyways.
I think she would have. Yes, she would have. They're not vegan, but she would cheat for an Allie's donut. She said, and she has cheated for an Allie's donut. Yeah.
Really?
So
I know. I was so excited when you texted me.
I
You
know.
texted me this morning and said, "Do you want a donut?" Duh.
Allie's
Donuts.
So
so that's like it's a local shop bakery that's been around forever.
And and donuts are like
they smell so good. Oh, like you just sniff them. That yeasty smell to them.
Yeah, but remember, cupcakes were like the big rage. The big trend a couple of years ago. And now it's donuts. There are little independent donut shops opening up all over the place.
And expensive.
They put cereal on them.
No.
They're just chock full of.
No, I don't know.
Like
that's two separate meals.
Right.
Your cereal and your donut. It doesn't need to go together.
No. So Allie's is back in style, just like my gray hair. And everybody wants gray hair now. My kids are like, Mom, everybody's getting their hair colored gray.
They pay big bucks for that.
I said, you're kidding, right? And they're like, nope.
I used to go to Allie's when I was little, and it was always a big treat. We would, my parents would say, "Oh, we're going to go to the beach," so we didn't have the major highway going through that's there now, and so you had to go down this like local road, and like, you got to stop it out. You got to stop at Allie's,
right? So
we go. You got to stand in line. You get those donuts, and then trudge on down to the beach, and you always have those.
Now they've got the queue outside, like in Shrek.
I know. It's a long line sometimes.
Yeah, but they also separate it. There's one door just for special orders because donut cakes are huge now. I mean, Sarah had donuts at her wedding. That was the dessert for her wedding last year. So good choice. Yeah. But they are, anyway. We're eating them in honor of Gail. Not to make her jealous.
No, they're just good.
They're very good. Anyway.
Yeah, so thanks for the treat.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So my knitting mojo has been very, I haven't really had it. My daughter came home from college about a week and a half ago. So we've all been trying to adjust, but I have to say it's gone very well. better than expected. And
Yeah.
she seems happy to be home, and we're
Yeah.
happy to have her at home. And
Yeah, re-entry into a household is sometimes.
yeah, but I have to say, we've all done pretty well, but still, there's just a lot of stuff that comes home. So trying to get all that organized and placed, and we're redoing a couple of rooms upstairs in my house, and so I've been peeling wallpaper, and my husband's been painting, and we've got to rip up carpet and put down hardwood.
Oh,
and
it'll be so nice though.
It will be. It will be nice, but he's doing it himself, so
DIY.
And he works all week, so we still have to order the wood.
Yeah. Preach into the choir. Preach into the choir.
But you know what? We have one room almost finished. I have it cleaned out, which is, I'll show you something that I found when I was cleaning out my closet. And so that's almost done. And there was a border, so we got that stripped and primed and painted. So we just have to move some things out, rip up the carpet, and put the floor down. That's all.
Are you tearing up things that you did when you first moved into the house? Like, did you put the carpet in? No.
This is original.
Original
carpet. So you
can
imagine.
It's time.
Yeah, because we've lived there 18 years, and I think it was built in '89. So, and we moved in '99.
Yeah, carpets can. I'm amazed at how dirty carpets can be.
Oh, yeah, and I mean they're upstairs, so it's not like like you're coming in from outside, that kind of thing. But still, it's a mess, and it needs to be done. So hopefully we'll have it done in June sometime.
Yeah,
end of June, beginning of July.
I was going to say June's next week. So
end of June. End of June. Yeah. We've got to just find some time to get that done. So that's kind of taken up like my mind space for things. Yeah. So I haven't had much. It's still, it's the end of the year slog with my son, and just still getting up at 5:30, and now that she's home, it feels like summer, and so I'm like, oh yeah, summer.
Two different,
like we're on summer vacation. No,
no,
only one of us is on summer vacation.
Right.
I still have to get up at 5:30, and
yeah.
So I'm just tired.
Well,
so there won't be much to show.
That's why we're talking about donuts.
Yeah, we do have a few new things.
Yeah, we do. We do
have some customer projects.
I finished a pretty big one.
And finished a big one.
In spite of I had a little bit of surgery on my wrist, my right dominant, wrist, which is something that it's not. It wasn't
trudged along though.
I did. I trudged.
You still crocheted blankets.
I did. It was almost a challenge. I can still do this. I had the de Corvain repair done, not the carpal tunnel, but the other one that plagues a lot of knitters and crocheters and just probably texters now, because it is my texting thumb. I don't know. I just woke up one day and it hurt, and it hurt for 4 months. So I finally. Had it taken care of, but it's almost good. It's good. I mean, I don't know if you can really. So, I mean, yeah, it's good. Like that that's it. That's it. That's right now. Good. And it was I had a big bandage on it for about 8 days, and it's good. I think I'm going to try to go back to yoga tomorrow.
Oh, good.
See how that goes. And we have a really good hand surgeon in Rhode Island. So.
It feels better than it did before you had the surgery?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, the cortisone shot kind of helped it, but I had a little bit of a complication. So he just went in and surgically fixed everything. Perfect. Yep. Yeah. So, but it did not hold me back. In fact, I probably did more knitting.
I think you
because
you did crocheting,
and I did crocheting, but I think it's because I couldn't do a lot of other things. Like I couldn't lift. Couldn't lift
laundry.
Couldn't lift laundry. Couldn't get my hand wet. So
can't do dishes.
No dishes. Jeez. And the left hand
you
just
have
doesn't.
Your hand wrapped still.
A dummy wrap.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I might as well just sit down and
and crochet.
And it's work for. I mean, it is part of work because you're always doing. Well, the crochet was not, but I really didn't mind doing it. I really didn't, but. For us when we're knitting, we're doing store samples, so it really is work.
It is.
It's work, and it's really a joy to be able to have time to sit down and do that.
Yeah.
At the expense of course, not being able to do other things. But
yeah, but that would be cleaning. Who wants to do that?
No.
Anyway,
So
when your hand wasn't bothered,
I know. Like, thank God for this injury. So anyway, but yeah.
All right, you want to show what you finished?
I sure do, because it's still wet. I was hoping to have it on. I blocked and I haven't tied the ends in, but I'll show you a picture of it, what it's supposed to look like on a very thin model. It's the Stone Point poncho, and it's Kelbourne Woolens. Yep. And they're relatively, I don't think we talked about this before, but it's done out of their Luma, which is a relatively new yarn for them. It's wool, linen, silk, and cotton. Not in that order. I think it's wool. Look at those pretty colors. They're really beautiful. The willow, this one right there, is that color, and it's the color that I did it in. So
it looks more gray in that picture.
Well, photography is so anyway. So here it is. It's all done. It's all blocked. It's 2 identical pieces, front and back, and you just do a 3-needle bind off at the shoulders, and I think it's for stability. Because somebody asked me, well, can't you just continue to go and bind off for the? I just think it would be too sloppy on the shoulders. It would pull apart. Your yarn overs would pull apart. So
and plus, then you got to pick up for your
neck, for your cowl. So I did an extra repeat of the lace pattern, which is 24 rows. That's about 4 inches. I'm long waisted. I'm not tall, but I am long waisted. So
that's how much it added.
It did. 4 inches. It added about 4 inches, and
so what do you know? How long this one ended up being?
Well, if we count 4 times 5 is 20 inches plus. Let's see, that's about 2 inches. So 22 inches long from the shoulder down. Yeah, maybe.
It's really pretty.
You can do a lot of different things. If you like the shirt tail, you can do just the extra repeat in the back if you want it longer, because it's not put together at the sides.
Right.
And I love it. I tried it on yesterday before I blocked it. It's really really nice. So it's mostly wool, then cotton.
Well, doesn't it
say? Maybe
they might say in their own
book. It might say in their own book 50 merino, 25% organic cotton, 15% linen, and 10% silk. It's 137 yards, comes in a 50-gram skein, and it's $12 a skein. So,
and you used how many?
I used 8. I needed to use 1 more skein to do the extra. Right. So
because otherwise it is kind of like a cropped. I mean, not
it
is.
Like
I mean, you can chest look,
but you can see
right at the very top.
And who knows? She could. I don't know. She could be like 6 feet tall and 100 pounds. So really no. But they give you. You can repeat that lace pattern as often as you want. Right. You can also make it wider if you want to. And they tell you how to modify that and how to buy more yarn.
Best-selling patterns.
It's the best-selling pattern of all time for Kelbourne Woolens, and it's one of their newer ones.
Something.
It is, but the yarn is just. It was really nice to work with. It was an easy, and we've had a lot of customers buy the yarn for it. We're placing our second order. They're already out of the willow. I think the company has ordered it twice. Yeah, should be in the next week.
Well, that's what they do their sample in.
Right. Could be in next week to Kelbourne Woolens. We'll have, but the neutrals are really nice. There was a blue color, maybe this color, which is so pretty. Somebody just bought that the other day to do that. There's a darker gray. There's a white. The neutrals are lovely. There's a really the yellow is really nice. Anyway,
like a golden color.
Yeah, and it's fun to do. It's a pattern that. Once you do it, you can read it. You can just walk around without the pattern. Yeah. It's a real easy lace pattern. So anyway, that was a lot of fun to do.
You did that relatively quickly. I have to say also.
I did
because you were also crocheting and you had your hand wrapped.
I know.
You're like Superwoman.
Superwoman
Super
and
knitter.
babysitting and I had to scoop that baby up. I did. I scooped. So.
You weren't going to let that.
Wasn't going to. No.
Well, he's less than 20 pounds, right?
He's less
than
12 pounds.
Oh,
he's a peanut of a thing. Yeah. But anyway.
I only have kind of, it's not even a half finished object, but it kind of, because I have to take it out. I started a sock.
Why do you have to take it out?
Oh, well, I'll tell you. So I made this
I don't even know the story.
I made this for my son.
Oh, I love it.
This is from
Universal.
It's called Allegro, and this is there's no wool, so it's acrylic, all nice. Acrylic and nylon. And
people love this yarn, by the way.
It's great. Yeah. My mom buys it all the time for my dad because he can't wear wool socks, and she washes it, dries it, washes it, dries it. He wears them all the time.
Yeah,
it's a really nice feel to it. So I used the Sockmatician's recipe for him. I took his measurements, and the sock fits, except when he tried it on, he wants it longer. It's not high enough.
Oh, so you don't have to rip the whole thing out.
No, but so then I was like, really? Like, you can't just wear it? And he was like, well, no, because then he has like Chuck Taylors, and he's like, well, my Chuck Taylors would be almost all the way up to, like high tops.
Oh, that's kind of sweet though.
So
if you can't see it.
Well, I think it would just be annoying. Not so much that he wanted people to see.
Well, I was going to go with that, Marissa.
No.
Come on.
No, I wasn't going to. He does like it. He does like the sock, though, and he does like handmade socks. And the ones I've made before, I started doing this pattern. He's like, yeah, those other socks, they were all too big. And so when I did the measurements, he falls right between my husband and I, which for shoe size, he falls in between my husband and I. So I was making them just originally I was making my husband's like 72 stitches around. And then I was making his 68, and I was making mine 64. Well, now I have to shift everything
shifted down.
I shifted everything down.
Because yours is all the way down to 56, right?
Mine's 56. These are 60. And my husband's a 64.
So it shifted by 4 stitches down.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And so, but with this recipe and the way that you do the heel, you can make it 60 and not have to worry about dividing for the heel. Like if you do a top down, if you do a cuff down, and then you have to get down, and you have to when you're dividing for the
because of the
heel,
stitch count. You're saying
because of the stitch count.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't. It's a beautiful pattern.
I mean, it's great.
Right, I will probably never do another.
I don't think I'll ever do a cuff down one again.
And it's easy to incorporate like a cable pattern or a, you just have to find something that's multiples of whatever plus whatever.
Right. So I thought I was going to be done, and I thought I was going to be starting the other one, but now I've got to rip back, and I think I'm just going to do the rib longer.
And our friend Doris, who is still on the West Coast.
Hi, Doris.
We miss her. Hi, Doris.
Hurry up
and get back here.
Yep.
She mentioned that the Sockmatician, so I'm assuming he's going to be at Rhinebeck this year if he's doing a class. It's a double knitting class, but I know. No. I tried that a while ago, and
it looks very complicated.
It's thick. It's
very thick.
So
I know that Dan from the Bakery Bears, he's been learning double knitting through Nathan, the Sockmatician. And so he's been working on this project, and he finds these projects he does it more for the challenge of it.
Well,
and so this is his second. He's on his second double knitting project.
Wow, good for him.
I don't know. For me, it's just not. It's not my thing. But
right. Nor. I mean,
everybody has a thing.
So the brioche is about the extent of my double knitting because it is in a.
But I like that look better.
Yeah, it is in a sense double knitting.
But he was doing like flat double knitting.
Yeah.
So
I tried that a while ago, and I just not my cup of tea.
No, me neither.
But that's okay. But we might meet him at Rhinebeck this year.
I don't know if I'm going.
You need to go.
I know.
We're going to drag you along.
I know. I have to look at the dates for that. I know that October is a busy month.
It is. It is a busy month. I will say.
Parents' weekend at school.
That weekend?
What weekend is it?
I don't know. So it's Columbus Day weekend, and then 2 weeks after that.
If it's the week of the 20th,
it is.
I'll be in Washington. Yep, I won't be there.
You'll have to stop in and see. So my second oldest son just texted us the other day. Oh, big news! I'm moving to Washington D.C. Had no idea. I mean, they're big now. You know, he's 28 and has been living in Boston. He has a life, and I mean, he's been out of the country. He's been to Kuwait. He's been to Afghanistan. So he's back with the Department of Defense, and I'm going to work with the Navy. And so sold his house, coming with the U-Haul for 2 days to our house, and then heading down to DC.
Really?
Yeah, not this in 2 weekends.
Wow, that's quick.
No, next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. He closes on his house next Friday.
So like
coming down the weekend. No.
Oh.
The weekend before. The 3rd.
Oh, okay.
The 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. So the 5th, we're like scrambling to, get a dinner for all of the siblings to
say goodbye.
He's like, Mom, it's, flights are cheap. It's not that far. It could be California.
Yeah.
But, when it's the furthest one, it's far.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Yeah. So I just went off. Oh, when you mentioned Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'll be there that weekend.
That's been in the back of my brain, that whole move. But but anyway, no, very
that's
happy,
sad.
Very happy for him though.
Yeah.
He's as long as he's happy, as long as
that's
they're
what I say.
happy and successful and doing what they want to do. I mean, really, that's
can't
what
ask for more than
that's
that.
that's what you raise them to do.
Fly, little birdie.
Fly. Quick. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that was like, I thought, oh, I'm on a roll here.
Mm-hmm.
I finally finished it. So then I was just aggravated.
Right.
At
well,
that,
you do.
Because now I'm like, ugh, now I got to pull it out.
Do you want me to do that for you? Would it be
No.
easier if somebody else did it for you?
No.
Okay.
So then you texted me one day and you were like, oh, isn't this pattern pretty? Do you think we could do it in Meadow? And I had been cleaning out my closet that had all my yarn. I go, oh, I think I have 2 skeins of that upstairs that I had bought.
But
to
at least you didn't say,
else.
do you remember why I bought this?
I know exactly what it was that I bought it for. So Pearl Soho came out with their
so beautiful.
This is their
I know.
Their terrace wrap.
Mm.
And they were doing it with their own yarn, but we said, hey, we can do that.
Hey.
And let me tell you, this is a fun project. It looks very complicated.
It's just 2 rows, though, right?
No.
Oh. But still not.
Did you look?
No, I didn't.
It's just 2 rows.
Let's see if Marissa wants to do this. It looks like
2 rows.
2 rows.
No.
Oh, Marissa. Oh, my God.
Look at this.
Oh, and the meadow is just... I'm going to pull it down so you can... Yeah. Look at that.
They call it...
what?
Dutch something stitch. It looks very... And I don't think it's...
Dutch,
the Dutch
knitting stitch. And they have a tutorial.
Yeah, you don't even need the tutorial.
Oh, look, they use it for their yoke summer shirt too.
That's what they use that yarn for. Oh, yeah, but that's a pretty one too.
Mm.
So it's a free pattern that you can get on Ravelry, and basically what you're doing is your yarn over. You do a yarn over, then you knit 3, then you take that first knit and pass it over the other 2. And you do that all the way across. You start out with a certain number of stitches that you knit, whether it's 3, 4, 5, and then you do the yarn over, knit 3, pull the first stitch over, and
you
then
want 4?
Yep, 4. And once you get going on this, you can just I just sit and watch podcasts, Netflix, TV, whatever with this, and I think it's going to take 2 skeins because they have 2 skeins in there, because if you look at the picture, it's a pretty long.
Yeah,
I want to say they said it was 68 inches, I think.
But wide. It looks wide. How many stitches did you cast on, Marissa?
I think it's 119.
So
it's not too bad.
No.
It's manageable.
Yeah.
It's compact.
Can you imagine that blocked though? And
oh, I can't wait.
I think I want to have that for Ireland. Wouldn't that be a nice?
You gonna do it?
Look at you.
You can do
Non-believer.
No, I believe no, but
actually, I have a scarf that I wove last summer that I love, and I will probably take that.
I mean, because this is it's easy, but
maybe I'll take it to do.
Oh, I would take it to
on
do.
the plane.
Oh, definitely. You could do that.
So maybe. Because I know Gail is taking probably socks. She's probably stressed out more about what knitting to take than anything else.
Probably. Well,
so that's how she always gets.
Well,
so.
That's how we all get.
That's how we all get, yeah. So I will show you the yarn that she picked, and I'll tell you about a project that she's going to do on her trip. But that's very beautiful, Marissa.
And so...
and you didn't do a gauge or anything. You just...
No.
Because you...
It's a wrap. Not doing a gauge on it.
But the thing is,
it didn't look too tight, and it's going to block. And
did they tell you to use a 4?
I think so.
Because I would automatically go up to a 5 because
then do that.
I probably will. I'm going to wind my yarn today. I'm going to buy some today.
Okay. You don't have any of that at home?
I don't think so.
Me?
Oh my God.
Oh,
hey,
God,
who knows?
So
the recesses
yarn.
of my house are just like
creepers.
I don't know what's in the corners.
I found 2 cones of I found more than 2 cones, but I found 2 cones of the same color of that maroon
cones.
Cones, yes. I was going to do the Peasy sweater.
Oh my gosh!
You know that red,
the Harrisville.
The Harrisville. I was like, ooh, I've got 1,800 yards.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It is. So
you could do Peasy.
I could.
Or not. You probably could have done that. It would lend it a whole different feel to it.
Yeah, but I like this. I think this is softer.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I mean, that is their fingering weight.
Yeah, but I would call it a light fingering.
Well,
it's a heavy lace. They call it a light fingering.
That's what they do.
They call it light.
And when it comes on the cone, it's a Harrisville.
Oh, Harrisville.
Harrisville.
Yeah. I was talking about
Meadow.
So
when Harrisville, but even when Harrisville comes on a cone, it doesn't go through that last soaking, the washing.
Right,
so it's not as what do I want to say? It's not as
relaxed.
Full.
Oh yeah.
So when you knit with that off the cone, you have to be careful with your gauge. It looks like, this is not the way it's supposed to look. You should
probably do a gauge and wash it.
Wash it. And that's what I did when I did the Peasy.
Yeah.
I did.
That was pretty. I haven't seen that in a while.
It's at my house.
It's pretty.
Yeah. So I put vintage buttons on. They were old. I bought them old. And they had the Swarovski crystal. And, of course, I washed it. And all the crystals fell out. I'm like, so mad.
That stinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyway, that's
do you have anything else?
I do. Oh, well, this is the kimono.
Oh, yeah.
That Doris was kind enough to knit for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically a rectangular shawl or wrap. We did this, she did this in the Cumbria worsted. It's beautiful. And all you do is finish it, to make it into a wrap. So we're wondering on 2.7 inches. I don't know why the 2.7, but it's the mattress stitch right there on the end. And then, so, to put it on, it's hard to get it centered. It really is, but you need a helper almost.
A dresser.
A dresser, yeah. So, and then it kind of, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet, but because
that looks nice.
It does, and
you're centered.
Can you see the lace pattern on the back?
Nice.
And, I can imagine myself sitting in my living room in the wintertime, when you're chilly, but this, can you? It just
it's like a long shrug.
A very long shrug, but you have to, if you don't have that lace panel centered, I think it's almost a guide.
Yeah, right.
Because if you don't have it centered on your back, then it's
supposed
crooked.
to hang. It's supposed to hang.
When I put it on last night, I kind of brought it up like this, and it folded in the back, and I had a lot of helpers here last night. telling me how to wear it.
That looks good though.
But it actually feels really good. It's a little chill. It's damp. It's not. So I'm gonna leave it on. I have to tie in my ends. So, and I didn't bring my sock because I literally probably did 10 rows since the last podcast.
I think the person who did that was Mandarines.
Oh, the kimono.
The kimono. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. But I'll put it down.
Yeah, Marissa will put all that information down. And honestly, so what else do we need to talk about?
Well,
some yarn.
Some yarn. I have this project that I started. So we got some. We're just gonna let that.
Yeah.
The phone ring. So we got a new yarn.
Oh.
The flax lace.
I didn't look at that. That's beautiful. So nice. It's from Fibra Natura.
And it's called flax lace yarn.
It's really, really nice.
This is another one of those. This is even more mindless than the other one.
Every time Marissa comes in with a monkey could do this.
Yeah.
A monkey could do this. But you wash and dry and wash and dry.
They actually say, well, so this is a free pattern from Hill Country Weavers. It's called a bias scarf. They did theirs in an ombre kind of yarn.
Pretty.
But they also did one in another linen lace yarn. So that's kind of what it's going to look like. One color. Done on a size 6. 2 rows that you repeat. And when they say finishing for the linen, machine wash on delicate with the scarf in a lingerie bag and tumble dry low. And then repeat wash and dry again. Because the more you wash it, the softer it becomes. But I have to say, I'm usually not a fan of working with linen. I have, but it's,
It's stiff.
It's stiff. It's
No,
not
it
my
doesn't
favorite.
Like, don't try to weave with it, man. Weaving is...
Yeah, there's no give to it. But I have to say, this yarn is pretty soft. It has it doesn't feel as...
Maybe because it's finger or lace. Maybe because it's just a
strand.
small strand.
Because it's so thin.
Yeah, but it's nice.
And so it's one skein. And we've got some colors.
So, of course, I brought the pink.
Yep. The pink. And they're $11.
Yeah, for 500 and...
Yeah, what is the yarn?
40? Same. Isn't it the same?
It's
547.
547.
500?
572. This is
this is 547. Well then.
This and the meterage. What's
the
different?
Other? 500.
Wow.
This is 500. 547. So
the pink has, I guess, more yarn.
Or the tag is wrong. We'll be calling them today.
Plenty
Either
of yarn.
Yeah, either way. But lots of other colors over there. I just didn't carry them all back.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
You never know what you're going to find out. You never know.
When you read.
So.
Yeah, so that's, if someone wants, this is the perfect project that you can take with you if you're sitting on the beach, if you're sitting waiting for a plane, on a train, in a box with a box. I don't know.
It's true.
But it's really one of those that you can just pick up and go.
Yeah, and great to wear in the summertime too.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. And we've got some great colors.
If summer ever comes.
Yeah, I think we saw it last week. Found a bag when I was cleaning out.
There you go.
Found a project bag.
You have the best project bags.
Well, I forgot I had that. Yeah, so that's it.
We have some new colors from Janelle. She did some semi-solids, which of course she had a little bit of not a theme, but look at these. Like they can all be used together.
A lot of people have used them with on the round to do the bendy shawl.
The bendy arrow shawl.
Bendy
They're
arrow
just
shawl.
Because she brought some neutrals in, but look. How can you? It's just beautiful. So pretty. And she does a lot of over dyeing, and the depth of these colors. It's like you look at it closely and you see a different color every time, but when you step back, you're like, oh, that's green. Then you get a little closer, and you're surprised by all the different colors. So
Yeah.
she does a really nice job.
Yeah.
I think her semi-solids are my favorites.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're
definitely
really, and you can really use them with a lot of other different
really
yarns,
with anything with anything that you have, the leading men fibers, the on the round, her semi-solids,
right,
the Alegria from Mono, anything. So just really beautiful. So should we talk about Gail's project that she's doing?
I don't have a picture
on her trip. It's called Tamdou, Tamdou, and it's part of the pattern support for the Cumbria fingering. And this is the color combination that they use. The Hadrian's Wall. Sorry, which one is? Oh, Helvellyn. I had it kind of close. And then this is the Scaffold Pipe, which is neutral. So a lot of times you see two neutrals with a pop of color in this shawl, and Marissa will put the name up, but it's beautiful. It really is, the Tamdou. So hopefully she'll have a chance to work on that while she's over there, because I know it's been in her queue for a while. It's we've all kind of
it's a pretty big wrap, I think.
Yeah, So you need only 3 skeins, but that's 1,200 yards.
Right.
A little over 1,200 yards. So, and that's that. So we have some things from Customer Corner.
Yep, we do. Well, since we were talking about the bendy arrow.
Oh yeah, this is Louise Burden's.
Yep.
So beautiful. Look at that.
So this was, she had Anzula, squishy. She had
That's what it's beautiful.
She had some Anzula squishy.
Oh boy, you guys did a great job pairing that up.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That was my pick. And then she used on the round. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is so soft.
It's very soft.
Oh, that's squishy.
And people are like, but the on the round seems so much thicker than.
No.
It does on the skein, that's it. When you knit with it and put it with something else,
it works just like
she did a fabulous job. This is beautiful.
Yep.
So thank you, Louise, for letting us show this.
Yep.
Marissa's got hers on.
Yep.
I will have one. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, and then we have this.
Oh, this is, I believe, Elaine Gillette's. The Hanakasaki, the new, it's kind of like done with a linen stitch, the bamboo bloom, and almost anything else that you would want to use with it. Any kind of worsted weight. And this is Elaine used Uptown. And it's just, it's pretty. Worsted Uptown. Yep, it's very,
so the bamboo bloom is like a thick, thin.
Yeah. Really pretty. We have some really good colors. We've got the Stephen B. inspired. What is it? Stephen B. Fabulous and Stephen B. Fabulous. Those are the names. Anyway, two Stephen B. inspired colors.
Yep.
So thanks, Elaine, for that.
And then we had some socks, but we're not sure. I'm not sure who they're from.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We know it's Quegu.
Yeah, we know it's Quegu, and I'm pretty sure that this color is Quegu. Oh, it could be Quegu.
It could be Quegu. It is Quegu.
That is, because I was like, oh, it kind of
did
looks
Barbara
like...
do those?
Oh, Barbara Higgins?
Barbara Higgins.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask her. We'll see her tomorrow.
Unless you see the podcast and you say, nope, I did those.
I did those, but they're
write me a note in the comment section.
But it's Quegu and Quegu. You're right, it is Quegu.
It is
That's absolutely a Quegu. That were heels, toes, cuff.
Yep. Yeah. And I believe she said this was the Sockmatician's Toa.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So and he does in the pattern. He does, if you decide that you want to switch out your toe and your heel, he tells you in the pattern where to do exactly where to start and end, and to pick up the next and to pick up your main color.
Yeah, awesome.
So I
think we'll probably talk about his pattern on every podcast.
Probably because we love it so. Because that's pretty much how we're only going to do us.
So. Sorry.
Because you can really incorporate anybody else's pattern
you can.
Into his math.
You can.
Really. That's what I use it for. Just his math.
Right, to get a fit. To get the fit. Because what's the point?
Right. If they don't
You know,
fit.
you could do, and Cookie A has beautiful, beautiful patterns out there.
Mhm.
You can probably adapt.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
I know Mina Phillip had the I bought her series, her New York City series of different sock patterns
Mm.
that she had, and I haven't done any of them yet, but you can incorporate. She does cuff down, toe up, so you can just incorporate the stitch into your toe up part. You don't have to follow however they
Right.
do it
Right.
to get the fit that you need, because it's all
Right.
pretty much.
But it seems overwhelming. Like I know I was overwhelmed for the longest time about socks, and then all of a sudden you get it.
Yep.
You know, you need to take classes. You need to really just knit socks.
Yep.
Well,
and that leads us into our.
Oh, that was it. Yes.
You're so good.
Oh, you see there. we
are frickin' frack.
We're starting ours as promised, our summer sock series.
Yes, yay.
But we're announcing one at a time because our schedules this summer are so kind of like up in the air. But
got a lot going on.
We have a lot going on. I thought last summer was busy, but you know, we've got another graduation, we've got a 90th birthday party, and I'm actually traveling in July, so which is very new for me. I don't usually go anywhere. But we're going to Ireland for one of my best friends. Her daughter's getting married over there, and her fiance is from over there. So we were like, my husband's going to be 60 in September, and we were like,
might as well do it.
Go, I know, but so it's an interesting year because I never put this together. So Sarah's going to be 30, Ryan's going to be 60. So she was born the year he turned 30. That's easy math.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same thing with Emma.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I turned 30 the same year.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So Gilda, his mom, 90, Brian 60, and Sarah 30. So it's just kind of, anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you see it, you go, interesting. Anyway, the sock class, we are going to be using the Sockmatician pattern. So if you don't have it already, buy it on Ravelry. I think it's in euros. I think it's like $2.63 or something like that. So worth it.
It's so worth it.
If you can't, you know,
it's worth its weight in gold.
We will definitely. We will sell it here. We'll put it on your Ravelry account. If you want us to do that, make sure you have an established Ravelry account. We just need your username. We don't need your password. So the class is $25. It's going to be just going over how he tells you to measure, just all the math. It's quite easy. So you'll want to bring, you know, pencil, paper, the pattern.
A measuring tape if you have it.
Yep, and we have them here if you need to buy one. Get engaged. We will be using fingering weight for this. So, because I think everybody, once you get to this point where you want to do toe up, we'll be doing Judy's Magic Cast On, Magic Loop. We'll have plenty of the mini needles. You'll either need a 1 or a 1.5. Probably not too many people need to go down to a 0. And then the cables. So it'll be a lot of fun. Wednesday, the 21st of June, and Saturday, the 24th of June. So 5 to 8 on that Wednesday night. I think 3 hours we're going to need.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, 10 to whenever, because we'll be upstairs. Now that we have the upstairs, we don't really, you know, it's not an issue of, you know, getting in the way of customers. It's really kind of.
But you do need to know you have.
Right.
You need to know how to knit socks.
Right.
From the cuff down.
From the cuff down, we just had the beginner class.
And fingering weight at least once.
Right. So we did have quite a few people who signed up for the beginner class, and as I mentioned earlier, it is a prerequisite to the class, or you know, you already have a really good understanding of the composition of a sock, because in this class we won't be teaching you how to, you know, shape your toe any differently than what's in the Sockmatician. You know, with Judy's Magic Cast On.
We're not going to teach you how to knit.
No, and it's pretty much a recipe. And you know, I think once you get to the point where you feel comfortable with this pattern, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to make socks all the time now,
because they're actually going to fit your feet.
Right, and it's true. Like, and you won't believe it until it happens.
Right.
I was making mine so short, like really short.
I was making mine too big.
Too big.
Too big all the way around.
Right? So anyway, again, that's and look for an email. We're closed this Saturday for Memorial Day weekend, so I'm going to get a little, you know, announcement out, but probably soon after that. You know, look for this email.
Beginning of June.
Beginning of June, yep, you can sign up for the class. And we've got some really nice yarn. We've got some Leading Men Fibers yarn still.
Yep.
Query.
That's been going, though.
Yep, it has been going on the round. So she was
waiting
in Maryland. She was in Maryland, and I think she sold everything because her inventory is pretty depleted.
Yeah, she said she just got her signature sock yarn.
Right, she's waiting for her base. We have.
She just got it the other day.
Yeah, we have
keeping track of that.
We are on a daily basis.
She said she was going to put some new colors.
Yes, and her new colors are
we might have to go check that right after this podcast is done.
That's right, and we have an order in for Wool and Boone. We know that takes 8 to 10 weeks. We sent our deposit in, so hopefully we're in the queue for dyeing. She used to be from this area, in the Providence area, right, Marissa?
Yep.
And is up in New Hampshire now. So
we don't have a date though.
We do not.
Probably won't be here by the time the sock class
not for the June class anyway. Yeah. But
so I think that's it.
That's it. We're not quite sure when our summer hours are going to start. We typically close early on a Saturday at 3:00 because it's pretty dead after that, you know, with the beach and everything. So we're not sure about Wednesdays. We usually open at 3:00 in the afternoon and then stay open for knit night. We're not sure about Wednesdays yet. So when Gail gets back from Italy,
we'll have
a powwow and come up with
our plan,
with summer schedule.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we'll be back. It'll be at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. You know, between now and August, it may be a little sporadic, you know, considering everybody's summer plans. But we hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend if you're in the States. And that's it.
Happy knitting.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.